Potential is one of the crucial factor in pursuit of a journey towards the dream, but sometimes we don't know what our true potential is. What to and what not to do is a question in front of us. We do overestimate or underestimate things based on our inferential way of decision making, because to change our fate takes lot of efforts along with consistent hard work. We do fall and rise, but motivation is not something that is helping us here. It is an inspiration that keeps us going ahead. We have an aspiring leader with us, Mr. Mrunal Nattiye. Let's hear it out from him how he got a job in JP Morgan and Chase in another episode of the AK Show. So hi viewers, I am your host Kunal back with another video. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Mrunal Nattiye. He is currently working as a financial analyst in JP Morgan and Chase. Let's welcome him. Hi Mrunal, how are you?
Hey, hi Kunal. Thanks for having me over here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to have you. I hope in this pandemic that you and your family is safe.
Yeah, everything's fine and I'm doing well. And I hope even you and your family members are safe in this pandemic, and everyone watching the show, even they are doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mrunal, please tell us something that we don't know about you.
Kunal, well, basically we have spent almost 4 years together in our college during our engineering days. So we have been very much familiar with each other. So something that you don't know about me, yeah, I would say I'm a big travel freak. I haven't traveled much, but yeah, these are some certain dreams that I aspire to do in the future. And I love traveling. I love reading books, novels, and all. So yeah, these are something that I really enjoy a lot. Other than that, I am also sports enthusiast. I like playing different kind of games. I always felt much better whenever I'm on the field and doing something. So yeah, these are something that make me feel more alive.
Yeah, that's great, Mrunal. Mrunal, as we know that you are working in JP Morgan as a financial analyst. So we would like to know something about you related to your journey. So my first question to you is when and how did you decide for an MBA?
Okay, so that goes back to my college days during engineering. I think it was I was in second year. So as you know, engineering is something which I personally believe that engineering is something that makes people versatile. It gives you ample amount of opportunities to grow in various fields and do different kind of stuff. Do all those experiments, and I think I was lucky enough to get this opportunity. So during engineering, I got a chance to work with the AIMS, the committee, Association of Innovative Mechanical Engineering Students. So this was a departmental forum for the mechanical engineering students. So it was a great thing to work with the committee over there. I learned a lot about time management skills, people management skill, how you can handle a situation when you're under pressure. And there were various things, leadership skills and people, how to talk to someone, how you can present yourself in front of others, and public speaking as well. So during my tenure with AIMS, I started getting this vibe that I think I should I should go ahead with MBA and do something much better after completing my graduation. So yeah, that's the time when it struck to me that I should pursue something, go for a higher education, and go towards MBA rather than doing something technical.
Okay, that's great, Mrunal. So basically, your thought process and your idea was clear enough while pursuing graduation itself, that what you want to do and where you want to go, because most of the people are not clear with the field that they want to go ahead with. So yeah, that is something really good that we came to know from you. And Mrunal, my question to you is, after graduation, have you worked or you directly joined college?
Yeah, after completing my graduation, I worked for 6 months as a BIM engineer in Texture Structures Private Limited.
Okay, so great. So Mrunal, then uh, how you were managing your studies along with your job?
So after I completed my engineering, I got a placement in Texture. So I was working as a BIM engineer. So that time I actually dropped the plan of pursuing MBA because see, being from a humble background, being from a middle class family, there is always this thought going behind your mind that you are an elder son and you have some responsibilities that you need to carry on. And so when I got a job, so I was very happy because I was amongst the few people from our college, those who got a job in a co-company that has something to do with mechanical engineering. And as you know, getting a job in the course industry right now, it's very difficult. So during that time, I actually dropped the idea of pursuing an MBA. So when I started working over there, things were great. I only worked for 6 months, but yeah, during that tenure, I wasn't feeling that much inclined towards a job. So I decided to drop it for and just go after my dreams and pursue MBA.
Okay. So Mrunal, basically you told me that you were not preparing while working. So how did you started your preparation after resigning from your job, after leaving your job, basically?
So when I finished my completed 4 months in Texture, so I decided now it's time for me to move on because I wasn't happy. I wasn't that happy. I wasn't satisfied with the job over there because I always felt there is something more for me to do, and this is not where I want to settle. So I resigned after 4 months. I served a 2 months notice period, and it was, I think it was November 2018 when I actually left my job. And as you know, CAT generally happens in the month of November or December, the Sundays, the last Sundays. So I didn't had much time to prepare for CAT at that time. And even the other MBA entrance exam like XAT, ISNET, even other exams. So they all happen on a very close notice. Means there is not a very actual a big gap between those exams. So I didn't have much time. So I decided that I would go with MBA CET, and that was my best bet. So after leaving my job in November, I started preparing for CET, and I only had 3 months time to prepare for it. So I gave all I had, and yeah, it worked for me.
Okay, so Mrunal, you gave Maharashtra CT. So my question to you is that before appearing for any kind of competitive exam, whether it may be government or any kind of MBA entrance exam, we do give mock tests for our self-evaluation, correct? So what
Yeah.
was your strategy for the same, and how did you manage to improve your score gradually? Because most of the people find it difficult to improve their score because they feel that they are stagnant with their particular score.
Yeah, Kunal, even I can relate with that. There
Yeah.
was a time that I wasn't able to move forward. There was a score that I was stuck on. And even I was frustrated because, it comes gradually to you that you are doing everything. You're giving all that you can. You're giving n number of mock tests, and still you're unable to just go above that certain limit. So even I was frustrated during that time, but luckily I had some people I can look up to, my mentors and all. So they keep on motivating me, my family, my friends, and everyone. And there was this thing that I used to do after giving each and every mock. I used to means strategically see what mistakes that I'm making. I used to make a plan how much I'm scoring in cons, what's my score in verbal, what I'm doing in reasoning. So I used to take a paper and mention each and every score with the time that I took to solve those questions and what mistakes I am making. And I used to, by using a red colored pen, I used to highlight how much improvement do I need so that I can get in the best B school possible from CET. So, and I used to, after completing each and every mock, I used to stick those papers on my wall and used to see it every day before starting any new mock or before preparing anything. So that thing keep on revolving inside me. And yeah, I think that helped me in getting over a particular mark and go ahead.
So Mural, I actually want to say a really good mantra, that is if we are not improving, we are not moving ahead. So that is
Yeah,
exactly what
right.
you did in your mock test journey and your preparation at your preparation stage. So basically in our this formula actually applies in our life actually also, because if we are not improving on a certain aspect, then that particular problem repeats until or unless we are not getting it fixed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You should actually never give up. That's the kind of attitude that everyone should have, and you should keep on trying until and unless um, you reach your goal. Because there is something, a very good line said by former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir, that dreams are something that you cannot, that's that makes you stay awake at night. That's not something because which you can fall asleep. So if you are having a dream, if you want to pursue something, then I think there is a time that you need to give up each and everything, and you cannot give it up on those things. So you need to move forward, no matter what the circumstances are. You need to give your best so that you can get something, and you need to give your best if you want to achieve something in life.
Yeah, exactly. Because the timeline for everyone is different, so ultimately the outcome is also going to be different for everyone, because at the end of the day we are completely different persons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should definitely focus on our dreams, as you said. And moving on to our next question, Runal, I would like to ask you that since your college was in Mumbai, so how easy or difficult it was for you to cope up with the life of Mumbai?
So yeah, so I got admission in Siddham Institute of Management, Mumbai. So Mumbai, as I can say, all that shines is not gold. The thing was same, the city is great and everything, but for someone who was traveling for the first time outside his comfort zone, it was difficult for me to cope up with the changes that I was facing. So the initial weeks, the few weeks were very, very difficult for me in Mumbai. So in Siddham, in Simsri, we have this induction period that's lasts for around 5 to 7 days. So it's a very rigorous time. We had to report in college at around 7:30 a.m. and we used to leave college at almost around 10:30 in night. So I didn't have much time to look for places to stay. And when you don't know anyone in the city, it's also difficult. And for me, I'm not a means initially I'm a very shy kind of person. It takes time for me to open up to people. So I didn't have much friend over there. So during that time, I faced many difficulties. I think I shifted for around 3 to 4 times before getting the hostel, college hostel. So before that allotment, many things happened with me. I stayed at means I didn't have much money, so I had to always compromise with the things that I can do. So there were times that I was staying at a very cheap place. Means the beds were not good, or I had to compromise. Sometimes I used to be very tired, so there were times that I slept on floor because the beds were not good and things were not good. And yeah, I tried to manage as much as I can. I spent a night, I think, at a bench in the same in the corridor, the place where I was staying. And yeah, it was difficult, but eventually I kept on telling me that I have survived this far, and each and everything that happens with you, there is a particular reason that it's happening. Everything happens for your own good. So I kept myself motivated as much as I can, and I survived. I fought well and I survived all those things. And yeah, after 3 months, I got a room in the college hostel. So after that, life was it was good. It was good.
So Nodal, how was your life at Simsri?
Kunal, the life at Simsri was amazing. It was full of fun and a lot of stuff that we did on the campus. Actually, we didn't got much time on the campus because we started late. Our MBA journey started in mid-September. And yeah, as you know, the pandemic came in March. So I think we only got 5 to 6 months on the campus. But it was filled with a lot of memories and things. And I was a part of the alumni committee. So the best thing about being a part of the committee is that you get to learn a lot. You get to work with people. So it's a totally different experience that you can get, and that's the best thing about doing an MBA. So being a part of the committee, I learned a lot. I got an opportunity to interact with many people from various industries, and Simsri has such a big history, and it's a very old college, and the alumni, the people those have passed from this college, they are working on a very higher designations and everything. So it was very good. And other than that, also means being a part of the committee also gives you an opportunity to get in touch with people and create a lot of networking, and that's the most important thing you can learn in your life.
So basically, we can say that clubs and committees are equally important in your MBA journey.
Yeah, because you get to learn so many things. That, for example, that if you're going to work with a company, a big firm, then there are certain things. Means you cannot experiment when you're working for someone and someone is paying you. But when you are in the college, you can experience. You experiment. You can come with those new innovative ideas, and there are people those are working with you, your batchmates, your friends. So it's easier for you to come up with things. And yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. You are learning something on someone else's expense.
So after 3 months, your life was quite sorted in
Yeah,
comparison to what it was earlier. Yeah. So
yeah,
Mridal,
exactly.
the thing is like that whenever we struggle, uh, everyone struggles, but the main difference that we can pick out is that what kind of learning we are taking out from our struggle. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is quite important, and I believe that you took many learnings from your that kind of struggle.
I
So
always, I always jokingly say to my family and my friends that after surviving those things in Mumbai for the initial few months, now I'm capable enough to live in any place, wherever I go. Just not just in India, but even outside India. But I think I won't have any more trouble doing that, because yeah, those challenges makes you strong. There is a saying that when the going gets tough, um, when the going gets tough, the tougher gets going. So yeah, it practically happened with me, and that's the biggest learning that I got from all those experiences.
So, Mridal, we are moving on to our last question. As we all know that our MBA journey is incomplete without placements. Correct. Uh,
Yeah.
so, right now you are working for JP Morgan. So, how was your interview experience at JP Morgan?
So JP was the third company on campus, and I think it was just after 3 weeks of or so that I got this opportunity after joining Simsri. So yeah, each and every all my seniors used to tell me that JP is a very great company. That if you get a job in JP, then there is nothing to worry about. And that was something I was looking forward to, because everyone, I think everyone wants to get a proper place to settle down where you can be satisfied and you can be relaxed. That now life is going to be good. So yeah, when JP came on the campus, there were initially I think 3 to 4 rounds that took place before the interview. So the first round was a aptitude test. So they gave us many questions, and we had to answer those questions in minimum amount of time, so as to move forward for the next test. So I cracked the aptitude test. Then there was this group discussion. So I was able to crack it again. And after that, the third round was a personal interview. So being from a non-finance background, as I'm an engineer, I didn't had much knowledge regarding the finance at that time. And I think the best thing to cope up with any interview is that you never lie. You should never lie to the interviewer. So I was pretty straightforward with them that these are the things. I don't know much about finance, but I'm surely looking forward to learn more and more as I progress. And based on my resume, the things that I have done, I have been pretty active in all those committees, and I have done a lot of things. Being a part means even during my engineering and before that, I've also been part of many sports activities. So all those things, I think they boosted my resume. They gave me an upper hand. So yeah, it went well. I got shortlisted for the next round, which was the HR round. And after the HR round, yeah, I think I was the uh, fourth or fifth candidate for that round. And after that, I got selected. They told me that I have been shortlisted for the summer internship with the JP Morgan and Chase.
So that's great, Mridal. So basically, we can assume from here that you got a PPO from there.
Yeah. So last year when the pandemic started, things were not looking good at that time. Even I was a bit skeptic about how things are going to move forward from here. But JP actually they did a very great job. We had a work from home kind of internship. 2 months I worked from home. I learned a lot during that period. And yeah, after the completion of the internship, after a month, I got to know that I have been chosen for a PPO. And I think I was lucky enough to get a PPO from them. And yeah, when everybody was in a state of frenzy that what's going to happen. Nobody knew that the pandemic is going to last so long and how it would affect the scenario, what would the scenario, the job placement and everything. So for me, I got placed in August 2020, and yeah, it was a great experience since then.
Okay, so Mrunal, this year you joined JP Morgan as a financial analyst. You are working there. So, so far, how is your experience with JP Morgan?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I cannot actually describe it in words. The thing is that the firm is more, they don't treat us as an employee. We are more like a family in JP Morgan. So that's a thing that I think everyone looks forward to. If you're working with someone who treat you well, and so I don't think that I can ask for something else other than that. There are various things that they do for their employees. The policies over there are great. The work is great, and there is a lot to learn because JP is such a huge firm. JP's annual turnover is much larger than most of the other countries, the GDP of the other countries. So yeah, it's great working there. There's a lot to learn, and it has just been a month since I joined over there, but it doesn't feel like so. People are great over there, and yeah, it matters.
So, Mrunal, in the end, I would like to wish you many more success in your career ahead. And thanks for being our today's guest.
Thank you, Kunal. The pleasure was mine. Thanks for inviting me, and I wish you the same. I wish you all the success for you and your channel, and you're doing a great job. And yeah, keep it up. Good to see you.
Yeah. So, viewers, for more interesting videos, please subscribe to our channel Boopsicle TV and stay tuned to our show, The AK Show. Thank you.